Hi, this is Apurva Bhardwaj, third year BTech CSE, Merit University. Today I'll be talking about X-Vision and augmented reality. This is basically a visualization tool which is entirely based on augmented reality, and I'll be talking about this in detail. Let's go ahead. So today I will be talking about uh, augmented. What is exactly augmented reality? Let's get to know the basic idea of augmented reality. Then what are basic applications of augmented reality, in which industries, in which fields we are currently using augmented reality, and how it is getting day by day the value in our society. Then we'll finally get to our main topic, which is X-Vision, the tool which I'll be talking about. Then RFID is one of the concepts I'll be talking about, on which the X-Vision tool is majorly based. The second part of that, uh, basically the idea behind X-Vision, is object identification, pose estimation. I will be talking about that too. Then we have the complete smart environment, the IoT based environment, which is basically created using both RFID and object identification and pose estimation. And then finally, how augmented reality is helping us in the field of healthcare, and how X Vision is changing things in the field of healthcare. So let's move ahead. So augmented reality. What is augmented reality? So most of you have seen the filters in Instagram and Snapchat, where we are having different sort of shapes. We can change our edges in the camera. So all of these things can be achieved using augmented reality. So it is basically interactive experience of a real world environment, where the objects which reside in the real world are enhanced by computer generated perpetual information. So it's basically the feed which we are getting from real world is basically somehow changed using image processing and different other AI based tools and techniques, and all of these information is basically changed into some other useful information, and it can be used for many applications. Let's go ahead and look into those applications, and then we'll actually get to know how augmented reality is helping us out. Applications of AR. So applications of AR are there are n number of applications, but most of the famous ones include Snapchat, the filters I told you about, Instagram. Then we are using augmented reality in basically gaming, where there is a completely new environment created for the gamers, and people can enjoy their completely new environment, which is completely based on augmented reality. Then nowadays, uh, many factories are also using augmented reality for basically sales training, where they are basically creating different sort of mm, methods through which they can basically perform heuristics better using augmented reality. Then obviously in education, most of the uh, uh, edutech based companies are looking forward to augmented reality as a very good opportunity for students, as it is a very interactive way of learning. So yeah, there also augmented reality will be in action. Then we are looking ahead in the field of health, where augmented reality is now changing many things, and we'll later talk about this in detail. But few glimpses include, like, you can have complete vision of human in a computerized manner using augmented reality, which can be very helpful for doctors and surgeons. Then we are also using augmented reality for safety purposes, where the safety apps, like the people who are driving on road, can have like complete idea of things which are in dark using these augmented reality shapes and figures. So there are a number of uses of this augmented reality, and now let's go ahead and see how our tool X Vision is using this feature of augmented reality. So yeah, this is basically a glimpse of what our tool looks like, Xvision. This is one of the products which is in the market. So it is completely based on AR, and it is a visualization tool. It is based on three things on which it works. First of all, it is built on the object's pose information, like where the things are situated, and the ID, which is basically generated using RFID. So I'll be talking about RFID also, and these informations are basically clubbed together and is used to basically get all the information about the real world, and then those information are basically manipulated or converted or processed in such a way that we can use it for other purposes also. So this is the basic idea behind Xvision, and all of this is based on two major things: RFID and pose detection, the information of the pose of object. So all of this is entirely based on these two things. So let's go ahead and see what RFID means. RFID is basically a radio field interaction device, where basically there is a reader, and there is an antenna, and there is a tag. So basically the whole gist of this RFID is that there is a tag which basically gets activated when in a particular range of frequency, and that frequency is generated by this antenna. So there are basically two types of RFIDs. One is a passive one, which doesn't has the reader or antenna has no power source, and there's one active one also, where the reader or antenna has constant power supply. So, and basically in the case of passive, the whole thing is based on electromagnetic waves, and it gets triggered whenever it is in basically that low field of electromagnetic waves. So this is the whole idea behind RFID, and that this thing is basically in use for like now 7-8 years, and it is very helpful for many purposes, like tagging equipments or items in factories. It is also used for paying toll tax when on road, and there are multiple uses of this RFID, and it is completely based on radio waves. So that radio signal plays a major role here. And moving ahead, let's see the other part, the object identification and pose estimation part. So this is completely based on image processing and artificial intelligence. So this is a diagram here. Let's go through this diagram. So this diagram is basically a picture of this thing. So our machine learning algorithm will basically identify this thing, this object, and it will be obviously the picture must have gone through a algorithm or must be processed through some algorithm. Then only we can get this marking on our object. So everything is going on. That is completely the part where algorithms are working. Then we are using the depth of that camera, the camera which is basically situated on our Xvision device. In this case, this is a HoloLens, which is a completely different device, but it also works on the augmented reality. So this depth camera is basically used to get the idea how far the object is, and how the low object is placed. So all of this gets the information which we need for our other purposes, which will be further discussed. So moving ahead, both these position estimation and RFID creates a complete smart environment in which our device works. So let's see. This is a completely raw picture where there is a picture of a glass. Then our machine learning algorithm will try to find out which type of object it is. On the other hand, these RGBD inputs will be used to basically find out the how deep our object is placed with respect to the camera we are having on our Xvision device. So both of these informations will be used, and then we will be finally able to find the position of our object or the pose of our object. This will be one part of our information. The other part is obviously based on RFID. These RFID tags are associated with some sensors, and these basically outputs from our RFIDs, the IDs of our object, and the sensors which are used for other purposes also. All of these outputs will be sent to our cloud server, where the complete processing is done and finally sent to our device, the visualization tool, where we can basically have a completely different environment, which is based on our main environment, the real world environment. So all of that processing is going on in our cloud server, and this is how basically the X-Vision device works. Moving ahead, the basic idea why I chose this topic was because a company in US called Augmetics is using this X-Vision device for a very good purpose. Basically, the doctors are using it for AR-based spine surgery, where they can have the complete structure of spine and the way they are in real time, through which how they can perform the surgery in a very efficient manner with precision and safety. And in general, there is a decrease in radiation exposure, because earlier how all of these surgeries were performed was based completely on the devices like X-rays, where the patient is highly exposed to radiation. But in this, there is no exposure to radiation, and basically, doctors or surgeons can directly look into a person and perform surgery. This is a world-changing thing. That the major reason why I chose this topic. This was all about the X-Vision and augmented reality. Thank you for listening.